I want to talk about all the videos out there, all the content that so many people just feed off of. And I'll admit I'm guilty of the same. It's not really guilt. It's a search for truth. It's a search for answers. It's a search for direction. That's what we're all looking for. But we have this, I'm not going to call the twin flame dynamic an obsession, but the closest word to it would be obsession. Something that you absolutely cannot stop thinking about is actually an obsession. And whether we have a scientific or a spiritual explanation for that, being that we're tied or bonded or connected to this other soul that's embodying a different person or different body, that's in a different body, that doesn't matter. Though still the word would be obsession. And how do you actually stop the obsession? How do you stop thinking about your twin flame when all you can do and you will it? You decide I'm not gonna think about that person anymore. I'm gonna think about this, and within a few minutes or sometimes a few seconds, you're already back on them, because every single thing that happens in your life triggers you to think about that individual that caused you this awakening, that catalyzed your soul and your body and started this awakening that puts you in this place of what I feel is a higher state of consciousness, but also a more painful state, because that pain, it causes us to grow. Pain is always the greatest motivator. I've never seen anything that motivates somebody faster, better, stronger, more efficiently than pain. And that could be physical pain, emotional pain, a mental pain. It doesn't matter what kind of pain it is. That's the motivating force behind the growth, behind the desire to grow. And they're also called growing pains. So these things are symbiotic. But anyway, to not get off all on that, the reason that I even am talking about all this stuff that kind of went off there into another land is all this content that we consume, that we also obsessively, compulsively consume. This YouTube videos about how to get your twin flame back and how to end separation, and if you're blocked or not blocked, all of these things that I have found myself obsessively watching or compulsively watching, to not just to try to get answers, but to make myself feel better. Because once again, that pain, that discomfort, I need something to give me a break from that. And when you start your separation with your twin flame, that to me is the beginning of the dark night of the soul. When the bubble love is over and you feel like you can't live without this person, and you feel that lack, and you just don't know how you're going to get through life, that is the beginning of your ego death. And I shouldn't say it's the beginning, because the ego death is it comes in layers, and I've had several dark nights of the soul. 333 just popped up right there. I've had several dark nights of the soul, and every single time I have it, it's another layer of ego that is shed, a separation. So we think about separation from our twin, the separation from the skin, the snake, the way that the snake has to molt, and it has to get rid of its old skin so that it can begin to have this new skin. That is transformation. And so this separation is about transformation. It's about shedding of that skin that's the ego, that's there to protect us. But the problem with the ego, well, I shouldn't say it's the problem with the ego, it's part of our life journey, is to be in balance with our ego, to allow our soul and our spirit to be in balance with the ego, so that we can be ultra powerful and sensitive at the same time, so that we can be nurturing to ourselves and nurturing to others at the same time, which is very difficult to do when the ego is in full swing. So having said all of that, with the content out there and all of this stuff that we consume and this compulsive nature that we have to try to get this person out of our mind, because if we can't be with them, why should we think about them, right? This is all about going in the direction of finding your peace and your happiness and your freedom from within. Every single thing you're going through, if you're in the dark night of the soul, or if you're really painfully thinking about your twin compulsively, the only direction you have to go is within. That's the only place you can go. Meditation is where you're going to find your peace. You are going to find a place within yourself where an expanse occurs. This, if you know anything about fractals, if you don't know anything about fractals, just YouTube search fractals, okay? And you will see what I'm talking about. You go within. I have found that I am most efficiently meditating and going within to find the God within myself, to find my God within myself. I'm not saying that God is me. I'm saying, and hey, some people believe they are God. I believe that we all hold a piece of God, but I am not the power that controls your life, and I have within myself this power that needs to be harnessed, and I have not gotten there yet. There's times where I feel like I've gotten there, but it doesn't last forever. You know, like I said, layers and cycles. But anyway, when I have been in the void, when I have been in the deepest sadness and sorrow and solace, I have found that my meditative practice is most efficient. That is where I can go within the quickest and find this peace within myself the fastest, where I don't need anything outside of myself. I am in total peace, total freedom. And when I find that place within inside myself where I go within and I find that place, this expanse occurs. And this expanse now puts me on the outside edge of what I was going into, just like when you're looking at these fractals. And that is where I start to find all these other answers. It is the place where I feel that I have never been happier, never been more content. And I'm not even in my body anymore. I'm not on this planet anymore. I'm not in your reality anymore. I am in the place that I have been searching for my entire life. And this is the place that we came from. So what I think we all need to do is have more meditative practice. If you don't know how to meditate, I'm going to do some videos on that. If you're lost or you feel like you just can't stop thinking, that's okay. Those thoughts are there to serve you. You know, we're going to get into triggers. These triggers make us feel uncomfortable, but they cause us to heal. So anyway, I've been long-winded here. I hope everybody has a fantastic day, and I'll talk to y'all later.